pretty good. Oh, that's that deep tissue breakup right there.
Oh, that does not feel good.
No, that's different, huh?
That's a different kind of therapy right there. Not for the
I thought you were just a glut for punching it.
not for the faint at heart. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Aaron Brown, professional pitcher, and this is Athlete Life. Today is a good day because we get the opportunity to go and see what it's like to get your arm worked on. What are some good things you can do for recovery? I know I've gotten a lot of questions on, should I ice my arm? Where should I ice my arm if it's sore? What else can I do to help my arm recover in a short amount of time so I can get back ready to go for the next game and pitch again the next day? These are all good questions, guys, and I've done a lot of different things to help my arm recover quickly so I can be ready to go next day. As a bullpen pitcher, that is kind of your job, to be ready to go every single day. So today we're going to go visit a buddy of mine. I like to call him Mr. Coach. I do some coaching with him during the off seasons on top of playing pro ball. So we're going to go visit him. He's going to do a little bit of work on my arm, and I will see you guys there. All right, guys, just got here to the gym. This is Mr. Coach.
What's going on, guys?
Aaron Garcia. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. Just about to get a little work done on my arm. Did some cupping yesterday. You can probably see the mark still there. He's going to do a little digging, scraping, a little bit of everything. So we're going to talk about certain things that can help your arm recover quickly and be ready to go for the next day. If you're a guy in the bullpen like myself, it's good to be ready to go every single day in case the coach calls on you for big situations. So that's what we're going to do here today. And
Take care of the small stuff.
Mr. Coach is gonna show you some of those things that can help you recover pretty quickly.
Okay. Here's what we got. We're going into the subscaps. Okay, I'm trying to get into that area in between the rib cage, okay, and that lat. Okay, that big muscle right underneath your shoulder. So you got that big lat right here. It's nice and meaty. Okay, underneath and in between the rib cage is the area that we've got our rotator cuffs, our subscapularies. Okay, we want to get in there and stretch those muscles. Okay, so we're gonna kind of work it a little bit. We're gonna pin that, and then we're gonna stretch away from that. Always want to put pressure down and keep that lat down closer to the table. And then let that arm come up and over. It'll fall gently by itself. Once it falls, then we're going to take that nice big stretch.
Is this where you think most pitchers get some tightness and some adhesions? And
So this is the back side of the rotator cuff, the part that's underneath this scap, and it's just so easy to get a buildup of dead blood cells and calcium deposits inside there because that space is so small, and a lot of times the muscles in the back are so strong that they just tighten up. They tighten up that big scap muscle or that big scap bone right on top of your rib cage, and all those little muscles underneath here, they get trapped. And when they get trapped, they can't, well, it reduces blood flow, but in a sense they can't breathe. They don't get oxygen, they don't get those healing properties that we're used to when it just gets so congested in there. And then on top of that, you can't get blood flow out. So if there's any damage in there, which there almost always is on a pitching outing, in that rotator cuff area, when there's a little bit of bleeding in there, it's very hard for the dead blood to exit, okay? And you'll start to see, as I get in there a little bit with even just my fingertips, start to see a little bit of that dotting, okay, just to build up, and that's just stuff we're breaking up. Okay, you see that little dotting right there? That's already coming through just a little bit, but that's stuff that we'll usually use, that scraper to get to, but today we'll just work on the stretching portion of it.
oh yeah.
Exhale, exhale and just let it fall. Very good.
So subscap. Me personally, I get a lot of tightness in my forearm.
Check that out, yeah. That's just the fingertips too. That's no scraper. Start to see that build up right away.
So yeah, I get a lot of tightness up in my forearm here and tricep. Me personally, sometimes back of shoulder, I'll get soreness. But you've worked with some pitchers here and there. What do you think is like the most common area for soreness after an outing of, say, 2 to 3 innings?
2 to 3 innings. It all depends on the velocity. It depends on the arm action, the arm angle, arm slot. A lot of times, if you've got the tight rotators and the tight scaps, like what we're working on in here, if this is tight, okay, these muscles, where normally your arm is supposed to come back, around, up and over to throw, sometimes these get so tight where our arm can't go up because it's just boom. I can only get this high instead of getting all the way over and back. Now that we've got that mobility, if you go out with a tight subscap or a tight lat, or even in that chest area, sometimes that pec area is so tight, it just doesn't allow your arm to come back up and over, so we can only get to maybe 80%. After that 80%, now my body has to lunge forward with the chest. Okay, we have to lunge forward, and then all of a sudden, boom, that pressure goes right here. So basically what I'm saying is, normally when I'm coming all the way up and around, make a throw, now I can only get, say, to here, instead of coming all the way back. Maybe this is just so tight that I can get here, and then I'm gonna try and compensate with this push. Okay, and it's a push, or it's a whip, that whip action, and then all of a sudden the pressure builds up in the elbow. So a lot of times that elbow pain is a sign of a tight subscap, tight rotator cuff, a little bit of tightness in the back of the shoulder, and we can release, and a lot of times it's actually right there in that chest. When we can release some of these muscles up here in the front, that'll let that arm get back to the backside, and then all the way over and through. A lot of times it'll take that pressure off of that elbow. That elbow pressure and that forearm pressure, that's more just that whip action. We don't have to whip it when we're coming through in that nice, true circular motion. We have to whip it when we're kind of out in front and close. Then we have to use that whip. So that's kind of what we want to try to avoid. But a lot of times this is a symptom of a problem up in here.
Right.
And then obviously arm action and velocity. We'll get into that no matter what. When you're throwing in upper 90s, you're gonna have some soreness in there regardless. Okay, that arm action is just so violent.
Right. And this is not the first time he's worked on me, trust me. I know this stuff works, and I know it all makes sense because I've had serious tightness in the back of my shoulder, my chest, my subscap, and the day after he's worked on me, I can feel how much more open it is, and just the pressure it takes off my elbow when I throw. So being able to get in somewhere and have things like this done to your arm, obviously if you're on a team, you have a trainer, someone that can get in there and work on you, it's very, very beneficial. Being able to go out there the next day and feel loose and good enough to produce that same velocity that you may have had the day before or a couple days before. So this is all good stuff to keep everything open, loose, relaxed, and take strain and stress off that elbow joint, which is very problematic for a lot of pitchers. Obviously, Tommy John is a huge injury that most pitchers go through at some point in their career. Fortunately, I've been lucky enough to not have to go through that. I've done everything possible to take great care of my arm and stay healthy and be able to go out there and throw mid to upper 90s on a consistent basis. And it's because of work like this, deep tissue work, keeping everything open, and guys like Mr. Coach here who are willing to do it, trainers on your team, whoever it might be. So it's very beneficial to have something like this done. And I know there's been a lot of questions about, how should I ice my arm? Should I get deep tissue work done? Should I do contrast? For me personally, I've done contrast during season because I feel like contrast is the most beneficial, as it promotes maximum blood flow to the area and forcing all the bad crap that's built up in there over the course of a season. And for me, it's kept me healthy for multiple seasons of 140 plus games. So for me personally, I think contrasting, going from ice bath to the hot tub and back and forth, is something that really, really promotes good blood flow and can keep you healthy throughout a season. So I don't know about you, Mr. Coach. For me, that works personally, but what other recovery routines would you recommend for guys that are trying to throw every single day during a season?
We just find that, one, you always have to be kind of your best trainer or your best doctor. If you are doing something and it's not working,
don't just kind of go through it and kind of keep listening to whoever's trying to, give you direction and say, hey, I'm just going to keep doing this if it's not working, or I'm keep doing this if I'm not getting better. But reality is we want to do the most. You want to do a contrast in the morning. You want to go heavy warm up after that. You want to eat right. Make sure that you're putting the right things in your body. You're not getting a bunch of free radicals in there, sugars in there that are causing a lot of, build up in your joints. You want to do your stretches, your yoga, your Pilates, the joint exercises, the small connective tissues. You want to do your scrapings. You want to do your stretches, your deep tissue stretches. Your heat when you're, about to go out to work, and then your ice when you're done with work to kind of turn the kind of that bleeding cell, or that bleeding part of your body off, and then you want to repeat it. You want to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and the more you can get in that's working, it's just going to give you the opportunity to have a better and better day. And that's some of the stuff that you don't see, from a younger perspective, going into like the older boys and the guys that are a little bit more professionals. They're getting this stuff in on a regular basis, every day, every single day. They're in the training room every single day. They're with the doctors, with their chiros, with their massage therapists, and it's a lot of backstory, that's going into what we see on that television, which is a great game or a great outing, with a lot of responsibilities behind that. And the more you can get in, the better. As long as it's working for you. Everybody's different. All situations are different. There's no perfect scenario for anybody. You just kind of got to work it,
right,
and find what works.
Right.
Add it in.
That's a good point. I personally do contrast every single day during the season, and that has helped me stay healthy. Helps my arm feel good every single day, no matter how sore I am from the day before. I could do contrast for 20 minutes, go out there and be able to throw the ball hard and not have any serious issues. But like Mr. Garcia here said, it's important that you find that routine and you do it on a daily basis, because if you don't, it'll take a toll on your arm and your body as a whole. And being able to find that routine that you can do on a daily basis is going to allow you to stay healthy. And so when kids ask me, should I ice my arm? Where should I ice my arm? What should I do? There really is no right or wrong answer to what you have to do to stay healthy. All you need to do is find that thing that can help you stay healthy and that makes you feel good every single day, and good enough to go out there on a daily basis and perform. So whatever that is, if it's contrasting, if it's icing, if it's deep tissue work, I do all of these things on a regular basis, and like he said, it's just very beneficial to stick to a routine and do these things to maintain that health and that strength and that elasticity in your arm, so you can go out there and compete on a daily basis. So that's what we're doing here today. I hope some of you guys' questions have been answered, and if you have any other questions about this kind of stuff, just let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm here to help you guys get ready for that next level. So just want to say thank you to Mr. Coach here. Aaron Garcia again is his name. And if you're in the Westlake area, Westlake, California, and you need work done on your arm, you need training done, contact this guy. He's a great dude. He's always been here to help me. So again, we appreciate you, Mr. Coach, and we'll see you guys next video.